will never work in the hospitality industry in Barbados ever again. I can share so many story times about the years that I worked in that industry, but this one in particular still blows my mind. So I moved from Trinidad to Barbados to go to UE, and in my first year at UE, my first semester, I decided that I was going to stay in Barbados to get a job over the Christmas holiday. So I stayed in Barbados. I got a job at this West Coast restaurant as a waitress slash kitchen assistant, and I worked through the Christmas holiday, all of the double pay days, mind you. And after the first week, I got some kind of runaround about my check. The second week came by, and it was New Year's Day, and I was at work. I went to the owner, who was a white European lady, and I asked her to pay me. And she was like, you know what, I decided that I'm not going to pay you for the last 2 weeks. We'll just consider it training. And I was like, that's not legal. First of all, I'm not working for free. I'm not a slave, and that's not what we agreed to. I'm not just gonna work for you for free over the Christmas holiday. Are you insane? So I repeated, are you not gonna pay me my money because you have a check for me for the last 2 weeks? She said no. So right then and there, I took off my apron, I left. I came back the next day and I asked for my check, and she said, don't come back to my restaurant unless you have an appointment. And I was like, what is happening right now? So I went to the labor office, and they told me that they couldn't enforce her to pay me, but I should go back, demand my payment again, and if she refuses to pay me, call the police. So I made my appointment. I went in, I met with her. She took me to the back office with the general manager of the restaurant, who was this Bajan guy. There's three of us in this tiny office. I'm on one side of the table, she's at the next side of the table, and he's standing there overseeing this interaction. She slides me a piece of paper that says, I agree that the last 2 weeks were training, and I'm going to accept 50 Bajan dollars as compensation for transportation. And I was like, I'm not signing that. That's crazy. You need to run me my money. She's like, sign it or get out of my restaurant. And I said, no, I'm not leaving until you pay me. She was so angry and just in so much disbelief that I wouldn't just go along with what she was saying. This woman lunged across the table and backhanded me across my face. Full on, like, I was like, what the fuck did this bitch just hit me? I had like a slow motion reaction, like Mike Tyson in the ring, like blood splattered out my mouth. And she tried to jump at me again, but the manager got in between us, held her back, and I'm crying. I storm out of the restaurant, and another staff member was like, she hit somebody again. And I'm like, again? Why is this the norm? Anyway, it just turned into a whole hullabaloo. I was outside bawling. The police had to come. She got charged with battery and assault. It was in the newspaper. Anyway, eventually she ended up settling and paying me much more money than she just should have in the first place. But I think it's crazy that she felt so empowered to act that way, and the fact that she was known for acting this way with other staff members is very telling.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.